Hey guys, I just wanted to show you this new machine that I picked up. Well, it's definitely not new, but new to me. So this is a Parker Thatch-O-Matic. From what I can gather, it was made sometime in the 1970s, 1980s. Um, it's definitely got that 70s vibe and 80s vibe. Especially with that name, Thatch-O-Matic. Love that. That is really reminiscent of those times and maybe even the 60s a little bit. But I wouldn't know. I didn't live that time. Anyways, it needs a little bit of work. The carburetor does not run currently. I'm going to assume it is this little pulse pump that's on the side of it. The diaphragm is probably hardened in there, and it probably doesn't work the way it's intended to, because the guy that I bought it from said that he had the fuel tank drained and that he put fresh fuel in it and it just didn't work. So my guess will be that, but it could be other things. So we'll go ahead and take a crack at that later and see what is preventing it from running, because it does start when you dribble some fuel down the intake, which is great because it let me see it run. And the engine does not smoke at all, which is really surprising. I mean, it may after it's been running for a little bit because I've only seen it run for a few seconds. But that gives me hope because if you don't do the oil changes you're supposed to, which I have no idea how well that's been kept up on this machine or how many hours it has. They tend to smoke pretty bad. The piston rings wear down and the cylinder walls get glazed and then they just don't work well. This is an aluminum block engine though. So you can see in that oil, it's a little dark, but it is full to the right spot. So that's good. That means that it will be probably kept up on maintenance, hopefully, somewhat. Anyways, so this machine has a I can remember the name of it, a flail blade on it, or flail wheel is what they're called. These little tines like flail out with the centrifugal forces. And then they whack the ground. That's about all I know about it. I don't know if that's going to be good for the grass that we have here in Utah, especially because I live near Salt Lake. So, yeah, I don't know. We have cool season grasses here. So I have no idea if that's going to work for me or not in actually dethatching the grass. I don't know what flail wheels were used for. But if that's the case, if it doesn't work for me, I might have hope. They obviously do not sell any new wheels for this. They sold a knife reel and a tine reel that has like little metal tines. I don't know what to really call those little pieces of metal other than tines. Anyways, it's I was under the impression that you would want to use like a tine wheel with like spring-loaded little fingers that go and dig into the ground, but I honestly don't know enough about these machines to really say that that's a bad thing, but it did come with other options. So there's that, and removing it is very easy. It's just these little pillow block bolts on either side and it comes right out. So that's not a problem. I'll try measuring it. I'll measure the shaft and measure the width of the actual like wheel or reel itself. So if I can find another thing that will kind of drop in that will fit the same width and length, I don't care about the shaft size because I can easily replace those bearings and find another pulley for it. That won't be a problem. So another thing that I plan to do with it, I think I might have brushed over painting. I am going to be painting this a different color. I'm thinking about like green or I don't know. I don't know yet because I do really like the patina on the engine. I think it looks really cool. But this whole thing was really ugly when I got it, so I don't know. I'm probably going to try and preserve the engine as it is, though, because I think it looks pretty awesome. But I don't know what colors would really complement that. I don't want to paint this thing the original color, and I really don't want to paint it white. I think that would look just so bright, even though that was kind of the original color scheme from what I can gather was blue and white-ish color scheme, but this one was in particular just all that light blue. It needs new wheels. So these wheels are the original wheels, and they are a little bit past their prime. If you look here, this one's off the ground a little, but they don't have bearings in them, and the shaft or the hub inside of them are worn. So they flop around a little bit. There's a lot of added friction when you're pushing it. It's not easy to push, which I expect it should be, because there's not much to this unit, so there's no reason it shouldn't be easy to push. Anyways, so I'm planning on getting new wheels for it. I'll measure them and replace them with proper bearing wheels, because that's more modern, and I don't plan to restore this. I plan to use it, so I'm going to do kind of a restoration slash resto mod, I guess you could say, because it's going to be modified slightly so that I can use it. Again, like with the tines and everything, that's all going to be possibly changed. But this unit's so simple in and of itself that I really doubt I'll have to change very much on it. That engine's definitely staying as much as it possibly can, because it's awesome. And it's in really good condition that I can tell, so I really don't want to have to get rid of it if I can avoid that. The rest of it's in pretty good shape. This is getting a date with a hammer. There's still rust on it. It needs to be disassembled to be cleaned up, so I will go ahead and take you guys along with that. But for now, I just kind of wanted to show you, get the idea of the plans for it. I found a manual online for the this actual unit, which I was really lucky to find, because I could not find the model number because it was completely gone. The paint here was gone, and you cannot read that label. So I was very, very lucky to find a manual online that is for this exact machine, it seems. So I have part numbers, but I doubt they'll do anything because this is long obsolete. So anyways, guys, I will take you along the journey with this thing. I'm sorry that I didn't film taking off the rust. I really didn't think about it because I thought this would just be a personal project, but even the guy I bought it from said, do YouTube videos, and I was like, well, I want to put more YouTube videos out there, but I always forget to pick up the camera, so I'll have to train myself to do that for you guys. So anyways, this is me just kind of signing off. I don't have a lot of storage space on my phone right now. I will be working on that, getting a new SD card for it. But in the meantime, hopefully this will hold you off, and you'll get to see what it looks like and see how, what happens to it. So that's all for now. I'll show you around it one more time, if I have enough storage space. If it cuts out, then you'll know why. And there's Thatch-O-Matic Parker. A little bit crammed in this part of my garage. Look at that. So that's disengaged. There's engaged. I'm just happy the engine starts up. Even if the carburetor's bad, that should be an easy fix, because I know they probably sell parts for these carburetors still. I mean, there would be no reason there wouldn't be. These Briggs are pretty popular engines, so. Alright. There's the rust. That's what the whole thing looked like. Haven't really gotten to it. The only pulley I did was this one, just a little bit, because I wanted to see what it looked like. It's a cast pulley. Cool. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. See you later.